Let's explore the world of Handi-Klasp, and it gives you a beautiful overhang. The 2x8 nailer is now put into the C-channel rafter, then up under the in-rafter cord using the notch to make it flush. A saddle bracket is now placed under the nailer and over the in-rafter cord. It is held in place with self-drilling techs. They are furnished with your barn package. Be sure that you hold the nailer up even with the top of the rafter when you tack it in. Failure to do so could cause humps in your roofing material. The nailers must be placed on 2-foot centers, especially if you are going to use plywood and shingles as a possible roof material. Otherwise, you will have trouble joining the plywood on the roof nailers. Let's look at the placing of a nailer and saddle bracket from another angle. Although this is a unique procedure, we have made it very, very simple. You don't have to be a contractor to put up a Handi-Klasp barn. Minimum experience will get you by. After you're sure everything is square, we can now secure the rafters and pin clusters to the stall panels and fronts. This is very important. It holds everything together. It must be done or the wind can lift the barn and cause it to come apart. A self-drilling tech is used for this purpose. One must be placed in each corner of every panel and every front. They are included in your barn package. Again, let me emphasize that this is very important. This step must be done. The pin cluster is then anchored to the cement pier by the way of a cement anchor bolt. A hole is provided in the pin cluster to do this. Since most of us work better on the ground than on a ladder, we suggest you mark and cut the end of the rafter covering material while the rafter is still on the ground before you put it up. This is not a must, but it's another shortcut. You can also mark the notches in the end covering material while it is on the ground. You have a choice here, either to stop the end covering material at the bottom of the nailer or run it up between the nailers. If you plan to close in the overhang, you wouldn't have to notch it. One way is as good as the other. They are simply different, and one may fit your needs better than the other. Now back up on the ladder. Let's put the covering on the end rafters. A clamp is helpful to hold the material in place while you fasten it. We used one here and probably should have used two. The material will again be held in place by self-drilling techs. You can now see how helpful it was to pre-cut the notches. Again, this is nothing very difficult, something that you can easily do. A lot of people fear that they cannot put up their own barn, but as you can see by this tape, it is something that is within the realm of anyone. Really starting to take shape, isn't it? Looks pretty sharp. The roofing material can be painted steel, as we are showing you here, or any other conventional roofing. Plywood and shingles, even Angeline. We have seen places where people have used clay Spanish tile. If you use steel, we suggest you screw it down so it can be removed. Be sure that you keep the eave of the roof material square and straight. If it gets crooked, you will not like the looks of it from the ground. If there are questions we did not answer, please feel free to call us.